Hi, everybody. Oops. Hey, Joycey, Katrina. Can y'all believe I sat right here in my very own studio and forgot? That needs to be put away. That's that. I was just sitting here drying some, coffee dyed stuff. It's a good thing that going live is easy now. So I am late. I am very sorry. Things happen. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hey. Yeah, I know, Joycey. Randy was in the kitchen. I said, I forgot to do my live. He said, well, I wondered what you were doing. I had the music going and listening to a video. And I said, well, why didn't you remind me? He said, you're the age you are. You're on your own. Anyway, I have been working on my little book. So, did some coffee dyeing. This is coffee just leftover from leftover grounds, and it's not very strong. And I've got to brush out. But it does a good enough job until I can get some more. I could be real pitiful and ask Shannon or Rosemary to get me some. I'll be seeing them on Saturday. Yeah. These are cheap doilies from you know where, the Dollar Tree. And if you take the center part out, and again, this is another robin. If you take the center part out, that's what these are over here. And I almost bet you get the same result with spray. That's not going to come apart wet. But anyway. Some things work and some things don't. And other people have conquered this before me, so there's really not much sense in me reinventing the wheel. I thought it would work, but not quite dark enough. So back to the kitchen with that. Put the lid on so I don't pump it. So let me see who else is here. Hey, Cheshire. Since my announcement was late getting out, I'm sure that my watchers are having trouble, or they're late too. So I'm going to turn this on and dry it. Lord knows I could do spray. But it does take the white off. These are the centers, aren't they cute? It's just a piece of muslin that I saved. Fabric dyed better than the paper. Okay, that's good enough for now. So I need to show you all what I've done. Whoops. Let me check chat. Hey Peg. No, it was Aunt Beck. Aunt Beck, I emailed you for your Twitter account. I need to expand my Twitter group. And since I know almost everybody online, it's not going to be that big a deal once I get names. So today I did another envelope. And this is out of the Tim Holtz this stuff, craft glassine. And it worked really well. Don't you slide off of there. So you open it up. And then you've got a little tuck spot for a piece of old paper to write on. And you got another tuck spot. Now, I did it once, and then I watched the video again, and I did it again, okay? See all these tapes here? That's where I cut it wrong. So I thought, okay, I'll just leave the tape on. But the tape doesn't stick to the glassine, so I used score tape, and that worked fine. So I thought we might do another one of those today because I've got it down. I have it figured out. Put this up here. What else did I do? Oh, God, I forgot about this. I did this yesterday. You know, this stuff takes time. Make sure I got them all. Okay. I did some black tags. I jelly printed most of yesterday. Black tags with white on the back, which means they've either got to be glued down or painted. Here's another one. I did some file folders. And these are pockets that are refills for the old Seven Gypsies photo albums, and then it's open. But I think what I'm going to do is just leave it where it's open and build some tuck spots inside because I like it that way. Otherwise, I would have to take two together to slide it under the elastic. So I can decide which side I like better and go that route. Here's another little file folder. I got some of my Jelly Plate Mojo back. I like that one. And this one has some of the stinky paste on it. Renew, refresh, chalk paste. So this is the original, and this is the what was left on the stencil. Oh, I didn't do the inside of that one. Wow, howdy doody. And another manila file folder. And there's some more around here because I did 4 tags. Well, those are the envelopes. We did those yesterday or the other day. All right. So I found Sunday, I guess it was, the old style cellophane tape, and it's called Transparent, and it's from Dollar Tree. Let me show you the package. The old scotch, remember, turned yellow. Well, the yellow part was what I'm hoping that it will do. Dollar Tree, 6 for $1, like always. So I took amber distress oxide and put some yellow on the top. It may not stay. Well, it dried pretty good on there. And I did that to make it look like I ripped the corners off on purpose. So this is definitely going to be a vintage baby book. And I put this little envelope down. The paper that we used is not quite strong enough for the envelope, so you need something that's a little bit more weight than what the jelly paint will put on. I think that's rice paper. But, it works. And I don't remember why I put that on there. I guess just because I thought it needed it. These are labels that I have painted before. And I thought, wow, it's a good time to get them out and use them. I put this little pocket on. This is one of the index cards I made a week or 2 ago. That's where some of my stuff is. This is one of the printables that I got. Scudie, Skudie, and but any kind of a printable will work. And on that polka dot card, and then took 2 pieces of trash left over and put in there. And that background was already decorated, so I didn't do a whole lot to that. On some of these papers, they're very lightweight, so I put a strip of my homemade washi on there. And this is just a scrap that's been laying around my house. I let it hang over a little bit, just to create a little bit of diversion. I think that came in somebody's package, and I put a piece of scrap here that matches kind of this one. I just was working on this one, and one of my old iCads, writing space, and this is Heidi Swap index cards that had the holes, so I just put black tape on them. The problem was, though, it covered the black and white stripe, which now would relate well to this. So I took this thin page and put down a scrap of blue sky looking jelly. And then, first I did ice blue on the paper. And then I found the piece of sky looking paper and this cork that I showed you when we first started. And then did a little bit of black scribbling around there. And that's what fits in this little guy. If it were for me, I might think about coloring this, but I'm going to leave it for now. So there's that one. Here's another one of the tags. These paint chips, I don't know, by somebody. They have that little house punched in there. So I thought I would use that piece of dyed muslin and stick that in this envelope. I thought that might be kind of cute. I can't believe I forgot to do those backs. Stuck the envelope in there. And what else did I do? I'm running out of ideas, which is stupid. I'm not running out. I just need to refill the tank. I told Randy I wasn't going to make him watch through this whole thing every day. Here's the little tag that came in that ephemera pack from Canvas Corp. And then this is another one of the printables, writing space on the back. So I stuck that in this envelope. Come on now. Work with me here. I know it fits because it came out of there. Yeah. And I was kind of jumping around. Y'all saw that one. Here's another side of an envelope. I think y'all, oh, no, I did that with y'all. I just stuck that in there so I would remember it was a pocket. I still want to sew that. You saw that. You saw that. That may be all I've done. Here's another one of those cards I made with writing on the back. So it's got the space thing. I guess I did that yesterday too. I was in here 5 hours. Just getting back to my old oil painting days when I would come out cross-eyed. Here's another one. I meant to leave that to be a tuck spot, but I ended up gluing it all in it before I remembered. Here's another one. I guess I just glued that one down. Oh, and then you flip it and it's a pocket. And here's the thing I did Tuesday. And then I made these kind of like flashcards and wrote on them like I was practicing. So that set goes in there. And then the other set, 7 through 12, goes in here. So they're tied together with, I took this little tag out of the ephemera pack and folded it and sanded it to make it look old. And then put a piece of that Scotch tape on it, or transparent tape, excuse me, Scotch. I made a new pocket for this book. It was in the front and it was too tight. So I made one with gussets. And it's not sticking. That may have to have some, that paper's not, it's coated a little bit. Usually that tape will stick to almost anything. But anyway, I will double check all that stuff. And if it needs something a little bit stronger, that's what I'll give it. And there's one of my little filters, science filters, that kind of looks like an earth. That's what it is in my world. That's it. And it is beginning to flesh out a little bit. And I don't know what I'll do. This could come out if it ends up taking up too much room, but we're not going to bother with it right now. And my little cord is here in the house somewhere. So verbal reminder to me, make sure I tell Shannon I need some more of that black elastic. Alrighty, let me see what y'all are doing. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Pink. Glad to see you back, Janet. Yeah, I'm going to have to, Joycey. Ah, okay. Thanks, Peg. It almost looked, that little gold brush almost looked like a mini silicone brush. And then you had a black knife, too. What was that? We got a nice group in here. Subscribe, please, if you have it. and hit the subscribe button. And we are going to motor on here. I love the way that's so wrinkledy. Seeing if something grabs me here to go on that gray. Oh, here's the flap. That gray is an interesting color to work around. And it's got so much of a pattern on it that it's, to me, kind of hard to work with. See, pattern, that doesn't really hit me. Okay, now I need to flip back into doing a little bit of collage. I haven't worked on the poem anymore. Oh, here are the labels. I added a little more color to them yesterday in the jelly session so that they would, kind of look a little bit more like the papers that we've been using. That's such a great idea until they start to peel off, but that's okay too. We'll work with it. We were talking about this one for an envelope. Y'all want to see another envelope now that I've got it down? I think I'm going to go with some of these because the patterns don't clash. Need a jelly plate. Y'all knew that was coming, didn't you? Peg had a magnificent craft-a-lunch in her room today. I'm going to put, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crunch this up. Somebody told me yesterday that I win the messiest plate award on YouTube. I said, thank you. That's so nice. All right, I know you're in there. This is something else I got at the Dollar Tree the other day. This little thing in the kids department. I decided maybe my tools might be easier to get to if they were standing up. There goes my tape. Which I think they are, rather than that horizontal tray. Alrighty. I highly, highly recommend finding Robin McClendon on Patreon. She's giving away so much bang for your dollar. I'm in the $10 program because I wanted to catch all of the videos, but you can do a 1 and a 6, I believe. That's where I got the envelope idea. Now, sometimes when I'm getting to the point of hoping that it's getting soft, I'll use some glazing medium so that it'll add to getting it soft, but it won't add more color. Not quite. Requires the paint on the plate not really reactivate, but to wake up. See, now we're starting to get some. I'm gonna move this glass out of the way. My leftover protein drink. Maybe y'all can see a little better. Oh yeah. Just press down any little pieces that you need to. But I didn't add more color. I've got a little bit of the pink on there. And if you get a dirty plate that you just really can't get any more off of, just put some packing tape on it. Okay, well, I let that sit just a minute. Hey, Chana. Rosemary. Yes, ma'am, I will be there. Are you going? And what time are you going? I know it won't be very early because... Okay, thanks, Peg. Yeah, Shauna, it's my Sarah's best friend. Ashley is having a baby boy. And so this is kind of personal. But I told all about it. Is it Tuesday's stream or last Thursday's? I don't remember. I actually wrote a Twinkle Twinkle verse to go with it. And I missed the shower on Saturday because I didn't start it until last Thursday. Actually, Wednesday. You can help some of these along. See, I just love that. Y'all make fun of my grunge, but I'm putting glazing liquid to get the junk off the plate, but not add more color. Yeah, kamikaze jelly. Hey, Debbie. Well, if I remember right, Rosemary, it's over at 2, but that doesn't mean we can't go, noonish. And I will bring my book. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off because I want some goop for the bottom. It may not be enough wet. Look how pretty it goes with that one. I can pull this envelope down. Looky there. We got almost all of that off. So now to get rid of that, you just peel it off. I laugh every time I think back about how careful we were with these in the beginning. No sprays, no inks, anything that would stain. Now y'all get an idea of why I like my messy plate. Now if I could find my little piece of plastic, because you need it almost clean to hold on to that little piece of plastic liner. If it's real dirty, it won't. This Tim Holtz roller is not my favorite style. I don't like these little prongy things. There! It looks like cranberry salad from Thanksgiving. See, I don't like that now. Let me see if I've got something with thinner paper. I don't know what the pattern is on that, but it kind of looks like spaceships. And here's some thinner paper. I can get some. Always turn your jellies over. Sometimes they look a whole lot better on the front. Well, that must be the stuff that was on the brayer. Torn edges glue down better. And they tear better if you hold the ruler down tight. There. intuitive, which means I don't want to get too wrapped up in it. I don't think there's any way I could work on a different project at the same time. So y'all play nice. You can stay right there. And one more pink. Got these filters at Science Surplus. Their prices are good, but they're not as good as AliExpress. Can I be that way? Y'all need me to close the bedroom, studio room. Randy sounds like he's got stuff on. I think I will. Can you turn that down a little bit? Being retired is nice, but it takes some getting used to. Okay, I could make this a little tuck spot if I remember not to glue the whole thing down. And put that on top. There you have it. That's what it's going to be. Envelope is making me crazy. Told y'all I'm going to do a portrait of our little Indian friend. She has the absolute most beautiful skin. I can't wait, but I can't start on it until I finish my grands. And I've got 3 more of them to do. They're very subtle. I think I like the pale side better. Now, doesn't that look organic? Just all kind of looks like it grew there. Ta-da! And a tuck spot. I don't think I have anything prepared. Yeah, I could put this in here, but it could. I'm gonna put it in there for now. And we got this little guy. Oh, that was one I was gonna have to paint the back on. All right, I'm gonna check with you guys first. Cool, Dr. D. Can y'all hear me okay when I'm sitting like this? Because I forget that my sound is coming through the camera, and I had to hold my iPhone quick up close to be able to see it. Ooh, Debbie. Yeah. I like that page. Cute. Do y'all want to see an envelope? Let's do an envelope. I'm not feeling the journal right this second. Since I kind of daydreamed through the one I did last week. Put this up. I've been trying to make myself put things up as I use them, so I don't end up with so much stuff. Here's a ticket to the moon that was on one of those pages I printed. I can put that up for now. Talking to myself. Let's use this. This is the spin art that I played with a couple years ago. I don't know what kind of paper it is, but it's a little more than bond paper. But I was using thicker acrylic ink. I had a tremendously good time playing with these. So, fold in thirds. You notice I didn't wait for y'all to say yes. You wanted to see this again. I got it now, baby. Okay, now this folds up and eventually becomes the flap for the center envelope, the lower envelope. And then we fold it up and we leave whatever we want for the tab. So you can do it down here if you want, and then you'll have a longer tag. I mean, a longer flap. And I'm going to kind of split the difference. I'm going to do about right there. And then fold the flap down. Let's see, wait a minute. I want to get back in these corners really good. I'm really sloppy with this kind of work. I don't know why, but I am. Trying to make myself be better. Got a wayward edge there. Remember I told you that putting that up under keeps that from crinkling, which just adds bulk. Okay. We'll trim that later because I think it's going to be on the part that gets cut out anyway. Okie dokie. Now, our envelope will be here and here. That's where the little tucker thing is. This stays because it's a flat. These get cut at a right angle so that when they fold over, they fit like this. And this one folds over and fits like that, okay? That was the trouble I was having the other day because I didn't have a real good grasp of what it was doing. So this is the bottom flap that keeps that envelope closed. So we don't need this piece. It's great for saving though. And we don't need this piece. Again, this is the flap, so we don't need this piece. And again, this envelope is in Robin's Patreon, so I think she's having more fun over there than on YouTube. She's still doing some YouTubes though. Okay. Now, cuts this way. I cut it this way and wait a minute. Hold it that way. No, it's this way. Yes. I'm going to cut it before I forget it. And just eyeballing. And then this cuts out. Same thing over here. And just cutting corner to corner. And then cut this out. Now, when you fold that over, then you get that little envelope look. And what in the world happened there? I don't know. We're not going to worry about that right now. I didn't do a very good job of folding it. All right, now this one gets cut 1/2 to 3/8 of an inch. And that becomes supposed to become the flap for that. I think I just goofed again. I know this is right. We'll figure it out. And there's always tape. This has to be able to fold up, and it can't fold up. I screwed up again. Maybe not. I hope y'all are laughing your butts off. That one's right. Dang it. That one's wrong. Okay, this is what I did before. Same thing. Pulling out my handmade jelly tape. See, if nobody ever made goofies, the world would sure be boring. Come on. Can't believe I did that again. This cuts that way. Okay, and this way. Isn't this fun? Watch Vicki screw up. Now this cuts from here. That also solves that other problem of me being wrong. And we need another piece of tape right there. You gotta laugh, you know? It's no big deal. Now this cuts up. Now, there's our top flap. Nope. Robin found this particular folding on Instagram, and it was like 4 times the speed. So she had a dickens of a time figuring it out. Okay, now come on. Tape on the other one ended up looking kind of cute. Now then, we cut this way. And that one's still wrong. Oh, there it is, I bet you. Nope. Be careful what you're doing. It's the bottom. Cut, cut, cut. So it has to go right here. I can get the tape off my finger. Now, we'll match. Both quadrants match. And they both go from Maine to Florida. No, that's not right because that's different. Okay, now that one comes out. See, there it is. So that folds in, and that folds in, and it's not square. I wonder why. That folds up and then down. So I could fold that one in, and that one still looks bad. Huh. I did something wrong. That's okay. And then that folds up, and that folds down. See? Isn't that cute? I don't know why that happened. Because I cut to the wrong, I was supposed to cut up here. That's what I did. So you cut to the top of, this folds up, and then you cut from here down. So that's, and I'm not going to do anything with that. Okay. If anybody wants to make a quick diagram of this little beauty, there you have it. And I could, let's see if I need to, you know, I don't think there's any need. You can't see those cuts anyway. So I'm not going to reinforce them. All right. Leave this out for you, and I'll check chat. This almost looks Oriental. Asian, sorry. What kind of eye surgery are you having, Miss Debbie? Hey, Christy. Hey, Beth. I didn't see you slip in. Yeah, well, I taped the pieces of my envelope. Cataract. You're not old enough for that, are you? Okay, everybody ready to move on? Looks like a Christmas tree. There's another way to look at it. All right, I'm going to move on. Using score tape. Fold this one up and put score tape here. So that when you fold that in, that holds. I got that part down. Thought I had the other part down. Well, this score tape is all about the getting those ends burnished. Okay, so then this goes down. And then that goes down. And that one folds over this one. Okay, capiche? We can go all the way down to the bottom. Same thing here. This one gets score tape on the bottom, on the outside of the bottom. How did we live before score tape? And that, I could fix that and make it stop right there, which I'm going to do. Ta-da! Problem solved. Working with paper is a whole lot easier than cooking. Because if you goof on your brownies, you can't throw in another cup of sugar or whatever. Yeah. And that's why I put a piece of washi tape across the other one. Isn't that cute? And that's a raw edge, so I can trim that. Cute. Backside's cute too. We could just put this in as a tucker. All right, y'all want to do one more? Clusters, I know about cluster. But, dang. Yeah, y'all be sure and go over to Pegs. It's fun to watch. Fun to watch. And y'all help self-promote each other or cross-promote each other. This paper is strong enough. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, another tucker. Now I got a piece of paper up here. And I think what I'm going to do here is trim the white off. I'm going to learn this. This is, if I get my head set on something, this will make good washi. If I'm interested. Now, you know, if I'm not interested, nothing's going to make me pay attention. Where's CB today? I haven't seen her, I don't think. Isn't it fun? People miss you when you're gone. I'm afraid to be gone because I'm afraid you'll just forget all about me. I'm sensitive. There. Washy, washy, washy. Not much shows of the backside. But just as sure as I didn't trim it, I would end up with something weird. Then wash it. All right, let's fold it. Well, I don't know. That's kind of pretty. Okay, y'all vote. Black side out or bright side out? Thanks, Violet. 7 o'clock Eastern. Is that 6 o'clock my time? No, that's 8 o'clock my time. Damn it. See, I'm not interested in time zones, so that's why I don't bother remembering them. Blue side out. All right, best vote first. Sometimes you just need another opinion. See that mica from the Martha Stewart Gold Florentine? It's nothing but gold mica floating in acrylic polymer with no color added. That makes a real neat look. We kind of got a little problem there. Of course, my paper probably wasn't square. This is an antique journal, remember? All right, now we fold the bottom. Which bottom? Which one do we want? Maybe that'd be better for the flap. So let's fold this one up. Fold this one up. Just kind of gauge where you want your flap. You know, YouTube has taken the place of the old knitting stores. I'm sure you guys in the Midwest and upper regions remember those. And before that, I think it was quilting days. You'd get together on Tuesdays or whatever, and everybody'd work on a quilt. You go home at the end of the day after lunch, and a quilt would be finished, and then there was the corner knit store. Not so much down here, but and there would always be a group of ladies sitting around the table in that time frame, smoking and working on their knitting or their cross stitch. And then those died when the big box stores got into yarn. And so now we're on YouTube. Serves the same purpose, I think. It's a sociological thing. Puts us in touch with folks. The only thing we don't have is the being in person thing. Christmas tree. Christmas tree. You got it? I don't know why this is so hard, but I boogered it up 3 times. Christmas tree. And I had that problem when I cut it here. So you cut it. Remember when I had to make it right? So on this side, I'm cutting out what is the flap over here. See, this one folds up, and that makes those two even and those two even. Ta-da! Oh, wait, you're not done. So that means Christmas tree. I think I got it. This looks like 12 here. Wiki did it, Wiki did it. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Ta-da. That one's pretty on the back too. Now I could lop off these corners if I want to, and I think I do. See how close I came. You can always hold one of these over. Well, that's just about perfect. Practice makes perfect. Now all we have to do is glue that baby down. I'm glad we did it again. Or I did it again. Okay, so there. Here. It'll be all right. Here. And here. Oops. Well, we'll just have to trim it off. One thing for sure, you do not want score tape hanging around after you've taken the paper backing off. It's a pain in the butt to get rid of at that point. See, I think that would be easier if you made both of these cuts at the same time and then just trimmed one of them out like you do these pieces. That would be a little easier to comprehend. Can you tell I used to write patterns for knit and crochet and cross stitch? We'd have people call in and say, or not call, back in the day it was letters, what does sleeve make two mean? Or I like that, and they would spell it African. I like that African on the cover. Can I make it in blue instead of black? Serious. Thank God I wasn't in charge of customer service. I don't have any problem getting the corner up. I have a problem getting it burnished so the glue will stay down. Yeah, it's kind of funny, me writing patterns for stuff, and I was a new knitter. Kind of grew up with crochet, and that was, I think, a southern thing. I don't like crocheting nearly as much as I do knitting. As far as the look, knitting is more, excuse me, delicate. I did it first time. Woo. Trim those just a hair. All right, let me see what y'all are doing. I won that break. Yep, that is a cute, cute little pattern. So I think I'm just going to put that on the desk over here too and decide later what I want to do with it. And let's see, 7 o'clock Eastern, it's 8 o'clock my time. Okay, here's another little thing that was in the ephemera pack that I had. That doesn't need anything except information. I mean, you know, that's something that Ashley could personalize. Put these scraps over here. Line this back up. I love those big tags or big paint chips. You can do lots of fun stuff with those. Remember this? I made this washi the other day in about 10 minutes, and I have used it a lot. So then you can know that you made your own washi too. It's kind of fun knowing that everything that goes in a book is something that you did. I did it in this one because I felt like I was running out of time, so that's why I used some commercial paper, which is fine because by the time I get through with it, you won't know it anyway. I don't drop it again. I just peel off a little bit of that and turn the corner down, and that way it'll stick and you can find the corner. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it a day. Unless you have something else you want to see. Let's take a look at our paper up here before we go. Okay, need some more tea done or coffee done. So you can almost make that go straight. And then go over it with a wax or a metallic. And it just kind of looks like something you kind of recognize, but you really don't. Because the circle gives it away. There. All right, people. Thanks for coming. I don't want to send a thing to myself. Get out of there. Hey, Cajun. Oh, 6 my time. Okay. See, I always go the wrong way. So I'm going to get off here so Beth can get ready for her class. And I'm tired. I've been in here for an hour or two before we went live. Get rid of some of these little pieces of stuff. I need to do something with these while they're all laying out here. But I'm pleased with the progress I'm making. Alrighty. Love you guys. See you next week unless I feel the urge to pop on for a pop-up stream. Bye.